Hey everyone, this is George here. I hope everyone is doing well, especially with the coronavirus going on. I hope everyone is staying safe and healthy. And, well, it's been a while since I've done a video. Some years? Yeah. Anyways, well, I wanted to start back up doing it since I have some spare time, especially with the coronavirus going on and a lot of things are kind of shut down. So I'm sticking around the house. So I wanted to do some videos and talk about some stuff that I really like. And what I really like, guys, is Westerns. And I want to talk about some underrated Westerns, some classic Westerns, and, well, I thought, hey, I might as well start a Western Wednesday where every Wednesday I do a Western review. I'm going to start off with some underrated classics on the Italian side and the American side, so let's get right down to it. I'm going to start off with Enzo G. Castellari's Quella, Sporca, Storia nel West, that dirty story in the West. This DVD copy is called The Wild and the Dirty, and it's also known as Johnny Hamlet. So let's get right down to it. Johnny Hamlet came out in 1968 and is directed and co-written by Enzo G. Castellari. And Castellari did a bunch of great Italian movies. He did High Crime and Street Law with Franco Nero, which are classic crime movies, and Polizioteschi movies. Those are really good. He also did The Big Racket with Fabio Testi, which is great. And he also did the original Inglourious Basterds movie with Fred Williamson. But Enzo G. Castellari also did westerns. His most famous one is Chioma with Franco Nero and Woody Strode, which is excellent. He also did Kill Them All and Come Back Alone with Chuck Connors, which I think is pretty fun. And he also did The Dirty Outlaws, which had Andrea Giordana as the main lead, and he's the main lead in Johnny Hamlet as well. He plays Johnny Hamilton, who's a soldier coming back from the Civil War. He's coming back to his hometown only to find out that his dad's been killed and his uncle, played by Horst Frank, is with his mom. So it's going to take him and his friend and guardian angel, played by Gilbert Roland, to find out what's going on, who killed Johnny's dad, and there's also a subplot dealing with stolen gold. What I love about the movie is the way it's shot. It's shot beautifully. The cinematographer is Angelo Fillippini. I think that's how you say his name. I'm not sure who that is, but I have to give him a shout out because this movie is beautiful. It's shot beautifully, the way they use its lighting and zoom-ins and the different camera angles that Enzo G. Castellari utilizes. It's really, really something to see, and one of the most beautiful westerns. I also love the three main leads in here, Giordana, Roland, and Horst Frank, which he's an amazing bad guy. We gotta do the little swivel thing like he does in the movie. If you don't have a swivel chair like me, you can take your chair and you can just like swivel it around. Do that. Bum bum. Bum bum. Alright, Horst Frank swivel chair. Alright. I think Johnny Hamlet is a perfect encapsulation of what a great spaghetti western is. You have a high body count, you have a lot of violence, shootouts, fistfights, that kind of stuff. You have an amazing score by Francesco Damasi, and who did scores for Kill Them All and Come Back Alone, the original Inglourious Basterds movie, and Arizona Cult with Giuliano Gemma, and he also did Lone Wolf McQuade with Chuck Norris and David Carradine. So he's a classic Italian composer. The score is fantastic. The main theme by Mauricio Graf is fantastic. It's an absolute banger of a track and one of my favorite Western themes. Mauricio Graf, he also did the theme songs for A Pistol for Ringo and The Return of Ringo, but this stuff is next level right here. Find a Man. The original story came from Sergio Corbucci, who is a famous Italian director. He did Django, Companeros, The Mercenary, and The Great Silence, among many other classic Italian films. And I think it's a pretty cool premise. Basically, he took the premise of William Shakespeare's Hamlet and fit it all into a Western setting, which is pretty cool. and just taking that basic premise and then fitting it into a Western is pretty unique, I think. And it's a very unique film, and I think it's very high on style, and the way it utilizes action, and it's just kind of weird, really. I mean, you have acrobats and carnies in the movie that Johnny Hamilton runs into in the movie, and they're doing all kinds of weird tricks and quoting Shakespeare and doing all that stuff. But if you like spaghetti westerns, then you like its weirdness and its tone. It's very tongue-in-cheek and cheesy at times, and it knows it. So that's Johnny Hamlet. I really like the movie. I think you guys might really like it too, especially if you like Italian westerns, and if you just want to see a fun western. I highly recommend it. I give it a 10 out of 10 personally. As far as spaghetti westerns go, it's definitely top tier for me, and I think it's an underrated classic. So I hope you all take care, and I will catch you all next week. Next week, I want to talk about Randolph Scott and the director Bud Boetticher, and I want to talk about his movie The Tall T, which stars Randolph Scott and also Maureen O'Sullivan, Richard Boone, Arthur Honeycutt, and Henry Silva. So I will see you all next week for the Tall T review. I hope you all stay safe. Bye.